Oh, this is Alan. Alan's Lonely Bookshelf. I'm here with another bookshelf tour. This is bookshelf tour number 8. So I'll turn the camera around here and see. You can see that empty space right here. That's what we're going to do. So let's get started. The first one is St. Thomas Aquinas, and this by G.K. Chesterton. This is a Image Catholic Books selection. This is very a brief sketch of the life of Thomas Aquinas. And this one actually came out in, well, it's copyrighted in 1933, and this study guide edition came out in 2014. Let's see if it has any notes in the back or someplace. I actually bought this at the Catholic bookstore where I live. So yes, it's next one is In Search of Holy Russia, are the apocalyptic history, mystical awakening, and struggle for the soul of the world by Gary Lockman. This book was actually it was Jason Harrigan who pointed me to this book. This is by Inner Traditions out of Rochester, Vermont. It was copyrighted 2020. And let me read you the part of section of here. During the 20th century, a period known as the Silver Age, Russia was undergoing a powerful spiritual and cultural rebirth. Time of magic and mysticism that saw a visual resurgence of interest in the occult and the creative intensity not seen in the West since the Renaissance. This was the time of the God seekers, pilgrims of soul, and exploring in the spirit, who sought the salvation of the world through arts and ideas. These sages and visions of Holy Russia returning to prominence down through Russian President Vladimir Putin, inspired their ideas and visions of new Eurasian civilization of Russia as its leaders. So this is a return to Holy Russia, and it happened because during in 1930s the Soviet Union burned and destroyed a lot of the Orthodox churches during the Stalin's reign. It was only stopped when World War II came about. This book also mentions the two other books that I mentioned. I don't see them offhand. See if I can find them real quick. And it was those two Christian theology books. I'll try to look for them in a minute. The next book is Thomas Merton, The Journals Ride to the Mountain, the Journals of Thomas Merton, Volume 1, 1939 to 1941, edited by Patrick Hart. I saw this at Half Price Bookstore, and it was by HarperCollins Publishers, and I really enjoyed this. This is very good. Half Price Bookstore had all 3 volumes of the Journals of Thomas Merton, and I bought this one and then went back to get the other 2, but they were gone. So I might have to go ahead and buy them on Amazon or somewhere. The next one is Jason Harrigan had this on his channel. This is The Lore of Ireland, Encyclopedia, a Myth, Legend, and Romance by this guy. Can't make up that name, but it's Encyclopedia, Myth, which I said before, and that's all it is. It's just different names. So it's Encyclopedia, so you have different names. Here's Gregory the Great, Donald Morna, and different people. It's very good. The next one is St. Benedict's prayer book. I had this cross emblem by the way, and St. Benedict's prayer book. I actually bought this from the Catholic bookstore, and the Benedict medal is the cross of the Holy Father Benedict. May the Holy Cross be my light. Let not the devil be my guide. Begotten Satan never suggests vain things. To me, what you offer is evil. Drink your own poison. That's the outer letters of this cross right here. And this is very good. It goes through morning prayers at different days. It has evening prayers, prayers for Our Lady, prayers for the sick, prayers for the dead. And this was came out by Amelforth Abbey Press out of York. And this is the 7th reprint, 2016. So St. Benedict's prayer book. This one is by Blaise Pascal, Pennis and Other Writings. It's a world classic edition. And this is our writings on grace. And yeah, you have discussion, Monsieur de Sacy, writings on grace, letters on the possibility of commandments, treatise concerning predestination. Yeah, there we go. The next one is David Hume, Dialogues and Natural History of Religion. This is from Oxford World Classics. And I bought this at Half Price Bookstore, I believe. But it has some underlined writing in it. It might have been at the thrift store where I purchased this. And I don't know why I bought it. First publication in 1779. There have been 14 editions in English of the Dialogues Concerning Natural Religion. Collected editions of Hume works apart the national history. Religion has not fared as well, although since 1963 it has appeared on 4 occasions bound with the Dialogues. Apart from a few uncritical reprints of the text, the usual editorial strategy has been to surround what Hume wrote, especially in the Dialogues, with a vast bulk of interpretation and argument of what Hume really meant or believed. So this might have some notes in the back. I don't know. Yeah, it has explanatory notes in the back. The next one is probably the only Everyman's Library that I have. And this is Ford Maddox Ford, Parade's End. It says from Everyman's Library. And it was first published in 1924. And this edition was published in 1992. So, yeah, Parade's End. It has all 3 the volumes in here that make up Parade's End. So you have Parade's End, Some Do Not, Number of Parables, A Man Could Stand Up, and The Last Post. So it's 4. So it's Parade's End by Ford Maddox Ford. The next one is a Puritan by a Puritan author. And this is Forgiveness of Sins and Other Sermons by George Adams Smith. And this is a very old edition. It comes out of London by Hodder and Stoughton. And the date on it is MCMIV, which is 19, let me see, MC 19, I'm not sure. So anyway, yeah, by George Adams Smith, formerly minister of the Queen's Cross Free Church of Aberdeen. So yeah, it's very good condition for a book this old. For a book that old, it's very good condition. The next 2 books are actually from Ronald Press. This is the book works of Victor Hugo, and I got this. I think I got this at Half Price Bookstore. With 1991 edition is published by Longmeadow Press of Stamford, Connecticut. So it's made of bounded leather fibers. It has the gilded edges. It's leather, and this includes Les Miserables and The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The bells, the bells. I got two left here. This is H.G. Wells' science fiction Treasury. This is by Chatham Press, and this Chatham River Press. This has The Time Machine, The Island of Dr. Moreau, Invisible Man, The War of the Worlds, The First Man in the Moon, and The Food of the Gods. The Time Machine I have read, and also I've read The Invisible Man. The last one is a book which I went to the Half Price Bookstore, and this book was listed at $90. So a year later I came back, kept looking at it, and I went back, and the book was still hadn't been marked down. It was at $90. I said, this must be extensive collection. This must be a really good book to be that high. And it wasn't even in the shelf where they have a lot of books that are autographed or first editions and things of that nature. But it was just sitting on one of the shelves. And the original price, if you bought it, and this was from Columbia University Press out of New York, and the original price, University Co-op, is $18. So I was just waiting. Finally, they marked it down to $40 from $90. I went ahead and bought it. This is Heresies of the Middle Ages by Robert Wakefield and Austin P. Evans. And this is a translated with notes, and this is a Western Civilization series. And I had used this book before, and there's a lot of the Western Civilization series. You have Medieval Trade and Mediterranean World, the Sea of Peter, Two Renaissance Book Hunters, Letters of Pogus Baroque and Nicholas de Nicolas, and correspondence of Pope Gregory VII. So like the letters from the Registrant. What they did, and this is by Columbia University Press of New York and Oxford, and copyrighted in 1991. And so what they did was they went through the heresies in the High Middle Ages, and they took these sources, so you have the primary material, and they translated it and put it into this book. And so, and it says here, you had virtually every important document from before 1200, and a useful selection of the Cathar material from the 13th century as well. So you have in this book, let me get to the index here, table of contents, excuse me. You have early appearance of heresies in Western Europe. You have heresies at Orleans. You have development of heresies from the late 11th and 12th, mid-12th centuries. You have heresies in Le Mans, and Henriette Le Mans. Amongst descriptions, errors of heresy, and it just goes on like that with the primary sources, the spread of heresies in Italy. And here you go, the origins of the Cathars in Italy. I was watching a documentary that somebody put on Facebook, so I have a link to the documentary. It was all about how the Cathars kept the Bible, so to speak, how they preserved the Bible from the Roman Catholics, which is totally false. And I use this book to refute that documentary because this is, and the Cathars are heretics. And you have here the heretical movements in Northern Europe and 1155 to 1216, and you have the Waldenses in Mentz, and you have the other heretical sects, and you have different Moneta Cremona, excerpts from someone against the Cathars. And there's the vision of Isaiah, the secret supper, the vindication, the Cathars church and the interpretation of the Lord's Prayer, the vindication of the Church of God. And these are different literatures of the Cathars. So yeah, this is very good reference tool, especially when you're somebody who is a erudite on social media pages with a fake account comes up and says about the Cathars or some other group. You can point this book out to them because it has extensive notes in the back. I mean, you have like 100 pages of notes in the back. So this is a very good book to have. Oh, well, thank you for watching and have a good day.